Hello. We are live on Facebook. I am Catherine Lang, and
I'm Keith Lang.
we are.
He said.
She said.
Told you we needed a script.
We had an idea to put forth a show that is not, at least, not normal.
Yeah, got that covered.
And that was not according to the ordinary way of doing things.
Yes. Turning the world upside down like it's supposed to be.
So hopefully people will join us and I can figure out how to use Facebook Live.
We're frozen in time.
Well, I forget how to do this. So hopefully it's actually working and we'll find out. Yes, now it's actually doing the voices and everything.
Oh, that's creepy.
And here we go.
Okay.
So He Said, She Said started as an opportunity to share the differences in how we think, because he and I definitely do not think alike. If you've met us at all, you know that we don't think alike. And we also have a lot of fun. We also have a lot of fun together. So we wanted to share this journey with you.
Yes.
You're going to have to say more than yes.
Okay. I can expand if you would like for me to expand.
Yes, please expand.
I don't have a problem with expanding on it, but this is new for me. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to say things, and she said she wanted to do it live, and I think she should be very afraid.
Well, we started doing He Said, She Said several years ago, or attempting to do He Said, She Said, and we were answering questions in a podcast situation. And we are just so much more than podcasting. The entertainment value of being around us is usually seeing our expressions
Questionable.
against each other or about each other. And, the ideas, the way we play off each other. We've known each other a couple of days.
40 years this year.
Is it really?
40 years.
Wow.
1980. The year.
I was born.
The year. I've lived with this for 40 years. The year was 1982. We went to the World's Fair with the Episcopal Youth Group. I met her. She met me. We lost each other for 3 years. She found me. I didn't realize that she was stalking me. I thought I found her. We dated.
I wasn't stealthy or anything. He just didn't believe I was stalking him.
And then we got to know each other, and she made me real angry. So
he ran away.
She sent me away.
You sent me away.
She's lying.
He's lying. Don't believe him.
Liar.
And?
We found each other after college, and we got married 3 months later. And she wasn't even pregnant. Well, I mean, that's what they told her.
Oh, man. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you just jumping right in there with that.
Well, that's
what I get for going live.
There's no script.
No script. So what we wanted to do is tackle topics that won't have us killing each other by the end of the show, but that we often don't see from the same perspective.
But oddly enough, I was telling her today that somehow we find our way back to the same place, even though we look at things and see things differently. We fill in each other's gaps. Okay? She comes from one direction, I come from the other. Instead of butting heads, we fill in each other's gaps.
Hey, I like the way you said that. As opposed to when you got out of bed this morning and I said, I've been thinking, so you went and got back in bed.
That's right.
Because?
You got to pick your battles.
Because I scare you when I say, I've been thinking.
Fill in appropriate response here.
So, one of the things that I was thinking today was that we needed to come at things differently. Because we have been doing things the same old, and we always complain when other organizations or the government or whoever is doing things differently. I mean, doing things the same old. We're like, well, there's a reason it didn't work, and doing it the same old isn't going to fix it.
That's how we've always done it.
I know, and it hadn't worked.
But that's how we've always done it.
But it still hadn't worked.
But that's how we've always.
So I thought I loved the verse, and several years ago, the verse from Timothy about those who turn the world upside down have come here too. I want to be the person that turns the world upside down. So I was telling him it's time to do things differently. Not that I've always done things like everybody else, but
Never.
This was my year of intentional. I wanted to be intentional with everything that I was doing.
Sure.
And I didn't want anybody talking me out of my big dreams. Even him. Or me, more importantly. And I couldn't let me talk us out of him.
We are our own worst enemy. If you're being honest with yourself, we are our own worst enemy. I have let me down more than anyone else ever has.
And you beat yourself up more than anybody else.
Yes, I do.
For things that...
Not everybody does.
They do, but they don't tell you about it.
I'm
telling you, and that is one of the biggest things that we fight.
I am great and wonderful, and I never do anything wrong.
I am happy.
No, I'm talking about.
You think other people
them.
think? You think other people really think that?
What? That they're great and wonderful, and they do no wrong?
Of course, you thought that about me too. That you thought that I never had an issue. I never had problems.
I'm a guest.
That I never was frustrated or worried or fretting over things.
No.
Because I never showed it.
You never showed it.
I never talked about it.
And I used to never show it. And she said, you got to talk about stuff. You got to talk about stuff. So I started talking about stuff. Now, you know what she tells me?
Stop
I don't want to stop talking about stuff. What the?
But what did I tell you to stop talking about? The same thing.
Oh.
The same thing.
Repeat. Yeah. Rinse, repeat.
Yeah, we can't dwell in our negatives. And
no.
To me,
But that's where I grew up. So if we're going to get into that, I grew up with people around me who their norm was finding the negative first. So what did I learn? I learned to find the negative first. What's the problem with that? You don't see a positive in stuff. And I've had to learn over almost 29 years with this lovely woman that you have to find, you got to, can we sing those things? We get in trouble with the music people?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I won't tell if you don't tell.
You have to accentuate the positive.
Why are you looking at me? Oh, that was earlier.
That was, well, I had to quit looking at it. It's not doing what I'm doing right now.
I'm like, why is he growling at me this time?
I'm having deja vu.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm having deja vu.
But yeah, I am a positive person by nature. And so when...
God help us all.
So when you start rehashing the negatives without a lesson at the end, other than we can't do that again, it sucks. It sucks my...
Easy. Where are you going with this?
Encouragement well dry. Oh. You have to have
Is that a euphemism?
You have to have an encouragement reservoir. You can't, if you don't have an encouragement reservoir, you can't be encouraged and be an encourager.
Oh, Jackson Brown, I'm running on empty.
So, you can't. And I use the example of Lake Mead and how Lake Mead is getting so low that it can't even
They're finding the dead bodies in the barrels?
Exactly. That's what happens.
About time.
That's what happens when your encouragement reservoir runs dry. You find all the dead bodies, and that's not something anybody needs.
I'd suggest checking Lake Gunnersville.
No, we don't need to do that. Ever.
Watch out for the alligators.
Yeah, the alligators. Let's not talk about that.
What? They're there. It's the Tennessee River. They can swim upstream. They can swim downstream. You bring them in to take care of the beaver population at Wheeler Wildlife Refuge, and we got gators.
Yes, but we're not talking about gators. We don't
I'm speaking
Accentuate.
positively.
No, you're speaking a positive. This is a truth.
A
not
positive be negative. Oh my.
Anyway, we have to be encouraged, and when you are negative, I'm not encouraged. So get your alligators and hit the road, Jack, because we're not talking about that anymore.
Is that a euphemism?
It's gonna be. Don't you have alligator shoes? Pack those suckers up and call Tom. Go stay with him for a couple of days.
I got snakeskin boots.
Oh, they're snakeskin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wanted to find some alligator slippers.
Why?
With, sandals.
Why?
I think they're cool. The white.
Alligator sandals?
Yeah. You bleach them white?
Why?
I think they look good.
Oh, God, you're so weird.
It's summertime.
Well, I know, but why would you want to wear...
It wards off the alligators.
No, it doesn't.
I'll take care of you.
What it says to them is, here, hold my beer.
That would be the first time.
So it is not something that you
You know why it's holding my beer? It's tough to drink liquor in the boat. Liquor?
Shut up! Now, that's enough. Don't make me get a mute button.
It's better than a mute button.
No, right now we're in the mute aisle. And we
Isn't
have...
that the big thing around the castle with water?
No, those have alligators in them.
Okay.
We're not talking about
Come full
alligators.
circle.
No, they are a full circle. That's the whole point.
Yes. It keeps people from being able to take over.
So hopefully in the future, I can figure out how to see who's in here with us, and y'all can share your questions so that he has some guidance, because Lord knows we need guidance in this. Well, no, you said let's just go. Somebody said just go?
Yeah.
What was it you said?
What?
Just fly? Just do whatever? Because you are so flexible in your journey.
I'm malleable. I didn't say I wasn't flexible. I said I was malleable.
No, you're not. You're not even almost.
If you don't know, malleable means flexible.
Whatever. And you're not that either. You are very detail oriented.
I'm all that with a cherry on top.
It's a bag of chips. Thank you. very
You
much.
are a bag of chips.
So.
Slightly crunchy, slightly salty.
Did you just call me salty? Did you just call me crunchy?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows Tom Benson, please call him and let
He's
him
just
know.
going to call him out. Just going to call him.
Let
Sorry,
him know.
Tom.
Let him
I'm
know
so sorry.
that Keith needs a place to stay tonight.
We established this years ago. It's an open invitation. I can at least sleep in the car in the driveway.
There you go.
Not a problem.
Well, you might need to.
They'll just be,
Hey, why are you in the
what
car?
are you doing?
Just go watch the video. You'll understand.
Whatever.
So, but anyway, we decided to do things differently. So we're not using a script. We're not using a green screen. We're not even really using a well-designed broadcast studio at this point. We're just
Perfect.
we're just going, and we don't know where we're going, other than
I like polka dots.
other than to the end. And we want you to go along with us on this journey.
Come on in.
Because it's so much more fun if you enjoy the journey, right, honey? You got to enjoy the journey.
Yes.
That is something, God love him, Pete's never done.
Yeah. I like being there. I never enjoyed the journey. I like being there. I have had to learn with my wonderful wife and our 3 children that the journey is most of it. If you don't enjoy the journey, you end up angry and bitter. And yep, I can fake it a good portion of the day, but you have to love God and you have to love others, and in doing that, you end up loving yourself, whether you like it or not. And so that's why I'm so joyful. If I haven't ever told you, you need to know. I love you very much, and God does too.
That's right. And the more we understand that, and I think that that's where you and I have often butted heads, is that I truly believe we are each uniquely designed. You believe that as well. We're each
Yes.
uniquely designed on purpose and for purpose.
Yes.
And when we live that purpose, everything else falls into place. But this goes back to we've never done it that way before.
Because I'll refer to what I said earlier. Everyone's growing up is their normal.
Right.
So my normal never had looking forward, really planning. It was, heard this all my life. Get a job and keep that job until you get a better job. There's no plan. There's no purpose. There's none of that. It was set into me. How are you supposed to, what does it matter the grades you make in high school if you're just going to get a job? What does it matter if you go to college? Or why would you plan on pick out a particular field? Because there's no plan, there's no purpose. We have been given a plan and a purpose from the beginning. And it starts with, we're supposed to be in a relationship with God. That's our purpose, first and foremost. And then we share that relationship with other people. That's how we're loving them. Because then they can have their own relationship with God. And then after that, like the old shampoo commercial, and they told two people, and they told two people, and so on, and so on, and so on. Can we get it to do all those little boxes with us like everywhere?
Probably.
Okay.
But you'll have to figure that part out. That's your job. You're going to be the production
I'm
company.
the technical advisor.
You're the technical
Great.
department.
Great.
You'll be the technical department. I'm the creative side.
And we'll see you.
Oh, no.
I don't know where you go after that.
No, well, I will say that y'all have him to blame for me. Sorry, I'm just gonna throw you right under that bus. You're to blame.
I just want what's coming to me. I just want my fair share.
Keith was involved in the whole backstage. Shout out to the whole backstage when we got married. And I had attempted to be involved in the whole backstage when I was 12 and was rejected. I will not call out who rejected me, but he knows who he is.
She tried out for Annie, and her knees were too cute
I had
to be an orphan.
Yeah, that was the problem.
I don't think it was her knees.
I don't think it was my knees either. So I never got back on stage. I was afraid of the stage. I was afraid of mics. I had a
You
huge,
had never.
I had well, no. When I was younger, I was on stage,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
and then I got rejected and
Yes,
stopped
that's
getting
what I'm
back
saying.
on stage.
But then you did.
And then I married you,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to a rehearsal or a tryout with you. You were trying out,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently, if you actually walk into the whole backstage during
Here,
tryouts,
you need to fill out this
Yeah.
paper.
you're trying out.
That's how they got me. Here, you need to fill out this paper.
So I tried out and realized how much I enjoyed entertaining people. And that kind of progressed into the Growing Hope podcast and to the speaking and teaching and presenting and
Writing books.
writing books. And
PQ Productions.
but it all started because of him.
Oh, that's a bonus.
So now we just got to find his unique heart seed.
My niche.
Your heart seed.
My heart seed.
Yeah, your heart seed. Your heart seed is the thing that was planted in you before the beginning of time. And under normal conditions, it naturally grows up and it blossoms into all that you're supposed to be.
Well, when you're given away before you're born, it's kind of hard to think that you have a purpose, much less a heart seed.
Exactly. And your heart seed's been covered up with a bunch of stuff. And so now you and I have to start...
She's being polite.
You have to start uncovering that stuff so that your heart seed can
Yes.
begin sprouting and blossoming into all it's supposed to be.
Yep.
So
I'm trying.
I know
I'm better.
You're
right?
You're way, way better.
Okay.
You're way better.
You know why I'm better?
Because of God.
Because of her influence. It took all these years that in 2019 I decided I was going to start reading the Bible through each year. Because it's the one thing that I'm told that we were supposed to do that I hadn't done. I believe in God, accept Christ as my Lord and Savior, ask forgiveness for my sins. There's a bunch of
No, they're not. They're
allow
gone.
the
They're
Holy
clean.
Spirit. They're clean.
gone.
I know they're all gone. It's not just covered up. It's washed
They're
away.
gone.
That's the whole deal. Holy Spirit hopefully working in me, on me, and through me. And but I'm selfish and a sinner, and so those things crop back up from time to time. But where's that going with this? You
I
interrupted
have
me.
no idea where you're going with this. Your heart seed.
Oh, and so reading through the Bible, 4 chapters a day, Monday through Saturday. Take Sunday off. You'll read through from January 1st to about December 12th or 13th, something like that. And you take 2 weeks off for Christmas and New Year's and start the process over again. Well, I didn't know that it was preparing us because we got hit with a tornado on Easter of 2020, and we've been out of the house since then.
Not doing things
God knew
the normal way.
God knew, and He prepared me, and so it's been better. And then He's taken me through some other physical ailment issues that came up that were all due to stress because of other things dealing with the house. And we've just been on a permanent vacation for the last 2.5 years at this point, with no end in sight. So I've had to learn to enjoy the journey.
Well, it's good to that we're making that shift. I don't think I could be where I am. I know I couldn't have been where I am, short of all the ways.
I'm sorry. Short of.
No, you're just stuck on short. All the ways God has shown up.
Yes, I am.
Shown up and shown out in our lives, and allowed me to dare to be intentional with what I'm doing. And the more intentional I get in who I am and understand my heart seed, the more convinced I am at what I'm supposed to do, the more I speak what it is I believe I'm supposed to do, and the more I'm pursuing what it is I'm supposed to do. And I don't let other things talk me out of it. For so long, I let other people talk me out of it. You know, I didn't look right to be giving presentations.
That's the world lies to you.
Yeah, and I didn't do it the right way, to be doing radio or to be doing broadcasting or to be doing live streaming.
That's right. We've never done it that way before.
You've got to.
You can't do it that way.
You've got to put on a certain amount of makeup, and you've got to wear the right outfit, and you've got to have the right backdrop, and you got to do this, and you got to do that, and the more clarity I've gotten in my journey, the bolder I've gotten, and I just don't care how you did it. I'm learning from you, but I'm going to do it the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a butterfly and flower backdrop for Growing Hope. I'm going to have whatever random backdrop we end up with for He Said, She Said. I know you like polka dots. We have polka dots right now.
They were, yeah.
So, I mean, but that doesn't mean that next time we'll have
change.
polka dots.
Sure.
Because
I'm fine with that.
Because you're you.
Mm-hmm. We are unique.
And so, that's the key, is getting so settled in.
That was what you said? How do you find your purpose? Unique up on it?
There you go. Yes. That's correct. So you've got to unique up on your purpose and uncover that heart seed so that it grows up. And I'm seeing bits and pieces of it, and the more settled you are in your relationship with God, the easier it is to say, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And the great thing about your heart seed is it never changes. Your heart seed is always, it is as permanent as God's purpose. But what's great is that it'll twist and turn and flex and move as you're walking your road. So today, your heart seed works here perfectly, and tomorrow your heart seed might work here perfectly.
Okay.
So it's a flexible heart seed. It doesn't change. That uniqueness of you doesn't change. But how it is utilized can be changed.
Sure. Some people do one thing all their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's the one thing that they're supposed to do. Some people do a lot of different things because there are seasons. The Bible says there are seasons for everything. So when people tell you, why do you have all these different jobs? Why do you have done all these things? You're supposed to
get a job, keep a job till you retire.
Yeah. And then if from what I've seen, people retire and die within a couple of years. Why? Because they quit doing everything.
Yeah.
I've always related it to going mudding. If anybody's ever gone mudding, you need to know if you stop, you're stuck. You don't ever stop. I mean, stay in it, boy. Get it. You got to keep going.
I never rode with anybody that did that.
You lying. You got to keep going. You got to keep doing. You got to keep trying. I don't know if I did what I was supposed to do. I know I got distracted. I know I got put off track by people trying to help me and giving me things.
Or trying to get you to do what they thought you should do.
They thought I was supposed to. Here's you a business. Well, that doesn't mean I'm supposed to do the business. Maybe I was thrown off track for 6-7 years while I was doing lawn care and landscape. I think I was.
But the good news is there is no time limit. There is no window of opportunity for your heart seed, because your heart seed is you. And it's not like God went, oh, I did not see him doing that.
Right. And right now, right here, this moment in time is the only time that you can do anything about. What's happened before is already gone. What's coming up hasn't gotten here yet. You can decide right here and right now, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and hopefully you've prayed about that first, because it's his input that you need to have more than anyone else's, even yours.
Absolutely. And that is one of the greatest things I think we did after the tornado, is that you and I separately and then together agreed that we wouldn't make decisions based on fear, because our emotions will lie to us every single time.
Yes.
But if we have peace, I mean, that doesn't mean that you're comfortable with the decision necessarily, but you have a peace. You're settled about it. You're not what ifing yourself all night long so that you don't get any sleep. You have a settled peace about the decision that you make, even if it is a little bit scary and a little bit impossible, because big dreams have to be a little bit scary and a little bit impossible, or they're not big enough.
Okay, I'm getting there. That's a really big statement to grab a hold of.
Yes.
For me.
I know. But you're a tangible. If it's not right here, I mean, it doesn't even have to be right here for you. It's got to be right here for you. If it's not right here, then it's you need more. You got to give me more. That's not enough. That thing off in the distance, that big dream that you have, and you don't do good with unlimits. So like
unlimited? No, I need parameters.
Yeah, you've got to have.
I need parameters.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm done.
Yep. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Thank you. Good night.
Right.
Which is really where we are about right now.
Yep.
It's hot.
I know, and I was fixing to say. It's on. We're coming on the 30-minute mark. We said we're going to jump in for this first time. We're going to do a 30-minute show, and that's because you're sitting next to me.
No, I said gleaming, not screaming.
And we will be back. This is going to be a weekly show so far. Who knows?
There's only so much that you can handle out of 7 days. So we give you 6 to recover. So
follow, and leave some comments and let us know what your questions are that you want us to answer on
He Said,
She Said. Thank y'all and have a great night.
All right. Good night. God bless.